Philadelphia is the only UNESCO World Heritage City in the U.S. What do you expect when so much history happened there? It was where both the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution were drafted and signed. Keep watching to learn about the best museums in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Academy of Natural Sciences. This museum was founded in 1812 and opened in 1828, making it the oldest combination science research facility and museum in America. It has over 18 million specimens, including its dinosaur and African and Asian halls, and an extensive library. The Academy also offers interactive exhibits for children, and there are even weekly paleo playdates for dinosaur-loving preschoolers. African American Museum. This museum was opened in 1976 as part of the bicentennial celebrations. It sits a few blocks away from the Liberty Bell. There are 750,000 artifacts. It celebrates African American life and contributions from the colonial era to the present day. The 4 gallery spaces are organized chronologically with temporary exhibits on the top floor. The African American Museum also offers regular lectures and workshops. Family events include films, concerts, and panel discussions. You'll often find public school students visiting on a field trip. The Colored Girls Museum. Vashti Dubois founded this museum within a 3-story, 130-year-old Victorian house. It has a collection of books, jewelry, and even sounds that let anyone get a glimpse into a day in the life of Black and brown girls. It's also used as a research facility, gallery, community area, meditation center, and workshop. What makes it one of the best museums in Philly is that it's one of the only ones you can contribute to. They encourage women and girls of color to submit any items important to them to add to the collection. Barnes Foundation. Albert C. Barnes had a passion for collecting and teaching art. The foundation that bears his name was opened in 2012. It displays his personal collection of over 4,000 items. They include the works of famous European artists and those of Greek, African, and indigenous cultures. The foundation also has a 150-seat auditorium, a conservation and research lab, classrooms, a restaurant, and a reflecting pool at the entrance. Eastern State Penitentiary. This location once held notorious criminals such as Joe Bruno and Al Capone. It's now a famous museum and a U.S. national landmark. The Eastern State Penitentiary was opened in 1829. It was renowned for its design and became the model for over 300 prisons worldwide. There are 7 cell blocks at the center. Permanent exhibits include Jewish life, Al Capone's cell, murals of the chaplain's office, and the award-winning Prisons Today. Museum of the American Revolution. It's impossible to visit the nation's temporary capital from 1790 to 1800 without learning a bit more about its war for independence. The Museum of the American Revolution is one of the newest in the city, opened in 2017, but it's also one of the best. Exhibits house everything from artwork to weapons from the Revolutionary War. They show how it affected everyone, including colonists, Native Americans, African Americans, and women. Your $21 tickets are valid for 2 days in case you want to go back and look through it all again. National Constitution Center. This is another great museum in Philadelphia for fans of Revolutionary War history. It was added to the Independence Mall on September 17, 2000, the 213th anniversary of the signing of the Constitution. The Mütter Museum. Thomas Dent Mütter was a physician and biomedical researcher. He was also part of the College of Physicians of Philadelphia and established a museum in his name in 1858. Its collection started with a few donations, but has grown since then. There are over 20,000 specimens on display over 2 floors, including skeletons, wax models, medical instruments, and even part of Einstein's brain. This is one of the best museums in Philadelphia for lovers of science and medicine. But if you need a break after viewing its often disgusting items, go through the medicinal garden outside. It has over 50 herbs with detailed descriptions. The Mütter Museum even has a medical history podcast called My Favorite Malady to listen to when you leave. National Museum of Jewish History. This museum was opened to the public in 1976 and originally shared a building with the congregation Mikveh Israel at the Old City. It moved to a new location in 2010 across from the Liberty Bell. The museum has the largest collection of Jewish Americana in the world, with over 30,000 objects. There are also regular education programs, films, musical events, and family days. Penn Museum. If bigger is better, then the Penn Museum is one of the best museums in Philly. It has over 1 million objects. They were found by the University of Pennsylvania's own anthropology and archaeological research. There are over 30 galleries that span a range of cultures, including Mexico, the Middle East, China, and Egypt. The museum even has the largest sphinx in the Western Hemisphere at 15 tons. The goal is to show the connections between cultures and preserve civilizations that are long gone. The grounds are also impressive. They feature gardens, a rotunda, and water features such as a fountain and a reflecting pool. Philadelphia Museum of Art. This museum is known as Philadelphia's answer to the Louvre. It was commissioned in 1876 for the centennial and opened in 1928. The museum has 240,000 pieces from around the world. Its massive collection, along with the rocky steps and statue, attract everyone in the city. There are also 2 options if all that walking makes you hungry. The cafe is a low-key place for sandwiches, soup, and pizza. The Stir is a restaurant for a more elegant dining experience. The Rodin Museum. This museum also seems to want to compete with France. It has the largest collection of French sculptures outside of Paris. All 124 works were created by the Round Auguste Rodin, creator of the famed The Thinker. In addition to bronze and plaster sculptures, there are also drawings and prints. The museum is small but powerful. The Rosenbauch. This is another museum that focuses on the works of a few. It sits within 2 19th-century townhouses and features the collection of brothers Philip and Dr. A.S.W. Rosenbauch. By 2013, their collection grew to over 130,000 rare manuscripts and 30,000 rare books. The Franklin Institute. This museum, as its name suggests, was named after the inventor and founding father Benjamin Franklin. It has 12 permanent exhibits, many of which are interactive. It also has the largest collection of objects from the workshop of 2 other important historical figures, the Wright brothers. Please Touch Museum. This is the best museum in Philly that you can go to with children. The exhibits are educational and entertaining, with toys and playgrounds based on books. The bottom floor has pretend versions of grocery stores and machines, and even features works by local children. American Swedish Historical Museum. Queen Christina of Sweden gave a sizable grant to get this museum made. The design is based on Eriksberg's castle, Stockholm's City Hall, and George Washington's home in Mount Vernon. The museum has 12 galleries that cover a wide range of history from Delaware Valley's New Sweden colony in 1638 to today. The Neon Museum of Philadelphia. Many of the best museums in Philly start with one passionate collector. Len Davidson collected neon signs for over 40 years and decided to put them into a museum in 2021. You'll find over 120 classic and modern pieces here. Wagner Free Institute of Science. This National Historic Landmark opened in 1855. It was designed by John MacArthur Jr., who also mapped out City Hall. It has over 100,000 ancient specimens that are all displayed in 19th century style, sitting in cherry wood and glass cabinets. The institute also has a research center, library, and educational facility. Now it's time to hear from you. Have you ever visited any of these museums? Let us know in the comments section below.